What is going on? Oh shit, my mic's on. Alright, what is going on, everybody? My name is Fam, and today I have this tutorial on the Dolly cam. That is right, the Dolly cam for Black Ops 3. This chill dude named Lucky and Luca. I don't know if they're the same person, but that's who I'm contacting right now over Skype. This guy made a Dolly cam. It's also an external console to change FOV scale and whatnot for Black Ops 3 cinematics on PC. So I'm about to save everyone's life. It's pretty hard to, record cinematics with a controller. It's kind of like using reps, but not as easy because you don't have the timescale mod where you can open the console and type in the timescale. So either way, we have this Dolly mod now, and it's pretty sweet. There's a few things to keep in mind, though.
Thing to keep in mind number 1.
Okay, so the first thing to keep in mind is that this is a brand new console, so there's going to be kinks in it and whatnot. There's going to be some stuff that you just got to work around it, but it's better than using the controller. So basically, keep this in mind. It's brand new, so there's some glitches and stuff. You might have to record, a cinematic once or twice because it might, glitch out. The soldiers might, be a little bit choppy at first, but it's brand new, so just it's better than the controller.
Thing to keep in mind number 2.
All right, so the second thing to keep in mind is that the Bezier cam, which is basically like the Easy Ease cam, is it's a little bit funky right now. It still works pretty well, but the time scale on it is a little bit funky. You can work around it though, and if you don't want to work around that, you can just use the regular cam. It's not as good because it has a little bit of choppiness to it, but you can still work around it, don't worry.
Thing to keep in mind number 3.
So the last thing to keep in mind is there's no depth of field yet because, like I said, it's a brand new mod. So they are working on getting the depth of field in the mod. Whenever it comes out, it'll be great because the cinematics will look, 10 times better. But for now, we don't have any depth of field at all. It's alright though, we can work around it. Alright, so let's get into this. First off, what you want to do is go to multiplayer and go to theater mode. You want to go into your recent games and you want to start your clip. I'm gonna open this clip up first. I got one on Nuketown. So just start that up before you start the console. Okay, so after your game starts, you want to go into the folder that you have your mod in. By the way, I'll put a link in the description for the mod. It'll take you right over to the Black Ops 3 Dolly mod, and you just download it. You want to open it and run it as administrator. Always run it as administrator because it won't be able to communicate with Black Ops 3 if it's not running as administrator. So the first thing you want to do is click on it, and what you can do is you can type help, and it'll give you all the hotkeys. It'll tell you what you can do and how to do it. So to add a point, the hotkey is K. You press K and you add a point, and that's one of your camera points. It's just like pressing F on the keyboard to get a point in the Black Ops 2 theater mode. You can also type in bind list, and it'll bring up all the points for the binds and whatnot. So K is to add a point, M is to start a regular camera movement, O is to start a Bezier camera movement, and L is to clear all the points. So the first thing you want to do is find where you want to place your cinematic. So I'm going to start mine right here. You want to turn off the HUD, and you want to set the playback speed to 0.1. You can also do this in the console just by typing in timescale 0.1. So to set up your graphics, you want to go into options and go to graphics. I have a 970, so I can run everything on extra. Yeah, suck my wiener. But if you don't have a 970, you might want to, set these to lower settings. So I have everything set on high. If you have specs like I do, you can set everything to high if you want, which is recommended because this game is beautiful. One thing you want to do is you want to go to video, and Black Ops 3 is a lot different than the other Call of Duties as far as frame rate goes. You want to click this sync every frame. Now, I know it would probably be ideal to see, 120 or 240 up in this right corner, but that's not what you want because you get frame tearing. And what frame tearing is basically your refresh rate for your monitor can only be so high. Mine is 60 hertz. So when you have frame tearing, it drops a lot of frames and it kind of looks like you're lagging. So you want to set this to sync every frame. You're only going to get 60 because it caps out at your monitor's refresh rate, but it's going to look like console as far as how smooth the FPS is, and that's what you want. Okay, so now that you have all your stuff set up, what you want to do is set your FOV scale. Now, I like to set mine to what would be 0.3 in the other Call of Duties, but in this Call of Duty, since you have the option to change your FOV scale in the game, it goes by regular percentages. So 0.3 would actually be FOV 30. So type in FOV 30, and you're going to come over here and hit play. And then it's going to zoom in like that as if it's FOV scaled in MW2 or Black Ops 2. So now you have your nice FOV scale, and that's going to make everything look so much better. just in general, it makes everything look better. So now you're gonna find where you wanna do your cinematic, and the hotkey for placing a camera marker is K. So in order to do a Bezier camera movement, you have to have 4 points at least. So I'm gonna click here, move over and go here, move over one more, go here, and then the last one I'm gonna place it right here. So now, to make the Bezier camera movement go, you're gonna have to click O, but what you wanna do is set your timescale to 0.1 so that it goes as smooth as it possibly can. Now with the Bezier camera, it has a little bit of kinks. The camera doesn't go that slow, and it's gonna be kinda hard to match it with the soldier. Let me just give you a little preview of what that looks like. So yes, it does go slow, and it kind of moves with the soldier, but you can't really modify it in any way. There's only 3 different types of camera speeds, and the lowest one is what you just saw. So modifying your cinematics isn't going to be all that easy, but I'm hoping in the future they're going to have some sort of update to allow you to modify it a little bit more to your liking, because I like to have slower camera movements instead of what you just witnessed. So if you want slower camera movements like me, there is a way around it, but it's not as smooth. You can use the regular camera, which does not have Bezier markers. Basically that means that it's not going to be as smooth of a movement, but it's going to be slower. It's going to slow down for you. So what you're going to do is type in camera speed 0.1, or actually camera speed 2, and hit enter. And then instead of hitting O to start the camera, you're going to hit M. So now let's watch that real quick. So obviously you can see that's a lot slower, and it moves with the soldier a lot better, but it's not a Bezier cam, so it's not going to be as smooth. So you really need to choose your points more wisely, and you can't do things like this. As you could probably tell, it goes from node to node without any kind of easy ease in and out. It just goes up and then down and up and down. It's kind of linear. So you can't do movements like that unless you use the Bezier cam, in which case you're going to get kind of a faster camera movement. But like I said, you got to work around some of these things. So in the future, I hope that they're going to patch that. Now, cinematics that don't have any movement at all from the soldiers or any part of the map are going to be pretty easy, because all you have to do is set up the camera markers and then let it go. So I'm going to do a quick cinematic of this right here, this car. Set that. And now set your camera speed to 2. Now when you're using the default camera, you don't have to set 4 markers. That's only for the Bezier cam. Also for the Bezier cam, you have to set exactly 4 markers. You can't set 5, you can't set 3. You have to set exactly 4. So now we'll play this back real quick. We'll just hit M on the keyboard. And there's a nice little cinematic with, nice FOV scale. No depth of field, but still, it looks way better than using the controller and having no FOV scale at all. So I was talking to Luca, the creator of this mod, and I was giving him some suggestions about the Bezier cam and about depth of field. He said that he's working currently on making the depth of field mod, and he said he'd keep in mind the Bezier cam and how turning the time scale down a little bit would probably help. So yeah, that's how you use the Dolly in BO3. I really hope this helps, because it seems like a lot of the editors in this community hate this game because it's just awful without, any sort of Dolly cam or any external consoles. So thank you to Lucky or Luca or whoever he is. I don't know if it's the same guy. So thank you to those guys, because without this, editing might go downhill. Thank you to GM Zors, who also helped create this mod. And yeah, thank you so much, guys. It really helps, especially with the Dolly cam and the FOV scale. I'm really anticipating the depth of field mod that's coming out soon. So yeah, thanks a lot for helping us out with that. It's really useful to have this kind of stuff, and using the controller is just absolute ass. So yeah, thanks so much for watching this tutorial, guys. Spread it around, give a like and a comment. Definitely spread this around though, because I don't know if too many people know about this mod. I definitely want more of the editors in this community to know about it and be able to use it. And watch this tutorial and learn how to use it to its full potential. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this tutorial. I'm out. Peace.